Batman Arkham City is my favorite game of all time, but due to how difficult this game could get, I never was able to achieve the platinum back when I was younger. In this video, I'm going to put my sleep and well-being on the line and attempt to be the fastest achiever.
Batman must save Gotham.
And the game starts us off playing as Bruce Wayne himself, as he seems to be arrested and captured by Hugo Strange, a criminal mastermind who knows of Batman's secret identity and plans on using it against us if we interfere at all with his plans of taking control over Gotham. Shortly after, we are escorted to be confronted by the Penguin, as there is some bad blood between us. And this triggers one of the first fights of the game, which obviously we put the absolute beats on all these guys. And after escaping being held captive, we call Alfred, our butler, to drop our Batman gear on the top of the nearest building. And coming up, we get our very first trophy, which starts our fastest achiever journey.
First trophy right on time. So basically when we get this trophy, the timer starts for the speedrun. Number one person was like a day and 9 hours, which is crazy because he 100%ed it, meaning he did all the DLC too. So oh, there we go. I'm Batman. Become the Bat. First trophy, the timer has officially started.
And that was our first trophy of 51 trophies needed for the platinum. And to explain to you guys what I'm going off of for the speedrun, that is PSN profiles. If you guys don't know of this website, this is basically a great website for platinum guides and leaderboards. And of course, there's a fastest achiever leaderboard for whichever game. The only catch is that to show up on the leaderboards, you have to 100% the whole game, which that includes any DLC that the game offers. And of course, this game has a good amount of DLC, which that brings the amount of trophies from 51 to a whopping 71 total trophies that we are going to try and speedrun through. And by the way, the person who's in first place achieved it in 1 day and 9 hours. What the absolute fuck? But knowing we can't waste much time, my first goal was to finish the main story as fast as I can, which I also decided to skip most of the cutscenes to cut some time down. We get our next trophy after saving Catwoman from being held captive by Two-Face, and after that, there is a missable trophy that I wanted to get before moving on, and that trophy states find someone to play catch with.
But this is our next missable trophy. There's going to be a, how do you zoom in? Oh, right here. So that guy that's just standing there, his name's Azrael or something like that. He's like a character from Batman. But this missable trophy, I basically have to throw a remote battering at him and he's literally going to catch it, and that's the trophy. Literally. It is a missable trophy though, so alright, there we go. Catch. Find someone to play remote battering catch with. Probably the easiest trophy that we're gonna get done today.
After getting some intel on where the Joker could possibly be, this leads us to a church where inside we meet Harley Quinn for the first time. And after taking out some of the enemies and saving the hostages in the church, which gave us a trophy, we find a room where Joker seemed to be. The whole time it was a trap with bombs placed everywhere. Of course, Batman gets out in time, and we did get some more intel of Joker's location, so we were off to hunt down the Joker. Before we continue though, I did have a little side mission I wanted to do, which could help us tremendously with this speedrun. See, around the city there are these augmented reality trainings for Batman, which consists of these gliding tests where you have to touch all the bat symbols to complete them. And after you do 4 of them, you get a grapple boost upgrade, which makes traversing way faster. So I went ahead and got 4 of these done as soon as I can, grabbed the upgrade, and was now able to boost after every grapple, which is a necessity for this speedrun.
Look at this, look at this. Watch this, watch this. Look at how faster that is, and now we could just like glide off every single grapple. Like that's gonna be way faster, obviously better for the speedrun.
And so we continue our journey to find the Joker, and we do get 2 trophies along the way. We first find out that Joker is located in a place called the Steel Mill, and it seemed like the only way in was through the chimney. So after a cool cinematic and finding where Joker and his goons were hiding, we get a trophy for this. This then leads us to a fight section with a one-armed mini boss, and although he had a lot of health compared to the other enemies and wasn't phased at all from most of our attacks, we eventually took him down, and this gave us a trophy. After taking everyone out, we finally find a Joker, and Harley seems to be crying on the floor as the Joker looks sick sitting on a wheelchair. For those that don't know, Joker poisoned himself with a substance called the Titan Formula, which made him stronger in the last game, and now it has been rotting his blood, leaving him with not much time left. We then get surprised by another Joker who poisons us with the Titan Formula, the same thing that is killing the original Joker, leaving both Batman and his greatest enemy dying of the same same poison in their blood. Obviously, with Batman now poisoned, he needs to find a cure as fast as he can, and the only person who can help is Mr. Freeze. But we find out he is captured by the little midget from earlier, the Penguin. After destroying some security systems which gave us another trophy, we finally enter where the Penguin has been hiding, but he brings a whole bunch of his thugs out to fight us. And of course, we took all these guys to Pound Town. And after taking out the last enemy, this awards us our next trophy. We end up finding Mr. Freeze, who was locked up and without his free suit, which he needs to survive as the Penguin stole his suit and weapons. The only way Mr. Freeze can help us with the cure is if he has his suit, so we locate the Penguin for one final time to take him down. And to our surprise, the Penguin did have a backup plan as he explodes the platform we were on and we fall into a trap. And here's where we have the first and one of the coolest boss fights in this game, and that is Solomon Grundy, an undead supervillain that Penguin has been keeping locked up for a moment like this to face Batman. This fight by any means wasn't hard though, as for the most part I needed to blow up these openings in the ground to stop him from regenerating health. So after dodging his attacks a couple times, blowing up the openings, and putting the beats on his guy for a total of 2 phases, we finally take him down, and this awards us a trophy. After taking out the Penguin once and for all, we meet back with Mr. Freeze as he tells us the cure is unstable. But Batman believes that a blood sample from a deadly assassin named Ra's al Ghul, who has a regenerating enzyme in his blood, is the solution for the cure. So after tracking down one of his assassins to an underground abandoned city, we find their hideout, which awards us the next trophy. As we get close, Batman falls down to the ground with his body becoming weaker and giving up on him as the minutes pass by. So we have to fix his cure as soon as we can, as Batman doesn't have much time left. We meet up with Talia al Ghul, the daughter of Ra's al Ghul, as well as one of Batman's past lovers. My fault, Batman, I didn't know you was a freak. She tells us that the only way we could reach Ra's is by going through the assassin trials, which would awaken her sleeping immortal father. And so that's exactly what we did. After drinking some special drink which started the trials, we just had to do some gliding challenges and fight enemies until we officially face our final challenge, which is Ra's al Ghul himself.
Here we go, the Ra's al Ghul boss fight, man. Let's see how this one goes. Come on.
And we could officially say that this boss fight was actually the coolest one so far, as there were moments he would summon a big Sandman version of himself that we would have to face, plus just the constant action throughout the whole fight.
Nah, Batman is so smooth. Come on. Oh my god. Oh my... Bro, chill.
But after finally taking out Ra's al Ghul, we do get a trophy plus the sample of his blood we needed and head back to Mr. Freeze. Although after making the cure, Mr. Freeze demands that we help him find his wife and refuses to give us the cure, which turns into another fight. This boss fight was more stealth oriented, but after using all of our different gadgets and takedowns, we eventually take him out and get awarded the next trophy, hide and seek. We then have to find the Joker back at the steel mill, but he ambushes us with every enemy type he could possibly face in this game. So we have to fight all the enemies as well as Joker at the same time. And once we take out the Joker, we get our next trophy. And when we thought we finally had Joker in our hands, the whole building collapsed on us, which led to Joker getting away. We get woken up by Catwoman, who comes to save us as we find out Hugo Strange has officially rolled out his plan to take over Gotham, as he has helicopters destroying parts of the city. With Gotham on the line, we have to find Hugo Strange and put an end to his plans, so we scan each helicopter to find intel that will help us reach him. We then get to the tower where Hugo Strange is, and after getting through his security systems, we finally confront Strange and deactivate all his systems to save Gotham, which awarded us the next trophy. It is now time for the final showdown with Joker, as he seems to have Talia held hostage in a theater nearby. So we head there, and after taking out all the snipers that were guarding the area, we enter the building, which starts the epic final boss fight of this game, which is Clayface. Now for those that don't know, throughout this game there were 2 Jokers, one with a clear face and one with a sick one, and Batman was tricked for most of the game as the one behind the healthy Joker was Clayface, which brings us here.
Oh my god, bro, I love this combat, man. Bro, the combat in Arkham City is so good. Or like even like just the Batman games, I know it's like very simple, you know, you're just basically spamming square and pressing triangle to counter, even though I'm not doing really good right now, but it's just so satisfying. Like this compared to like the Spider-Man games, this combat, even though the combat is similar, this combat just seems more rewarding, and it just seems like the hits are more like impactful, so like it just, I don't know, it just looks way better. I'm not gonna lie, like the Spider-Man games are really good in their own way, but in my opinion, I think the Batman games are better than the new Spider-Man games. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, or if a lot of people actually agree with that, but...
And as we fight the remaining enemies and freeze Clayface enough times, we eventually take him down, which gives us the final story trophy of this game.
It actually might be the final trophy. I don't want to show the cutscene, so I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys. Yep, and we get the credits right there. All right, so we're finally done with the first playthrough. I started at 9 a.m. It's 2:46 p.m. So it took us like 5 hours and 46 minutes. So probably like a 5 hours and a half. Like just playing the story because I did take a break to like go eat. New game plus unlocked. We do have to do that. But before we do that, I think I have to just get the collectibles, do all the side missions. That's the next step now.
With 5.5 hours spent on just completing the story alone, that is a good chunk of time, so we need to get on with this 100%. As I mentioned, before we get into New Game Plus, I first need to do all the side missions and collectibles, and while that doesn't seem like a lot, let me welcome you to the Riddler's side mission, which includes 400 individual collectibles throughout all of Gotham City. And I actually did forget to mention that earlier in the game, I triggered my first riddle, which gave me a trophy, so that's one less I need to worry about. Another thing I forgot to mention was throughout the story, you do have these little segments where you play as Catwoman and collect her own story trophies. I honestly didn't feel like editing her part, so we'll just add her trophies to the list. And anyways, we will focus on Catwoman later, as the final section of this platinum involves us doing challenge maps, and let me tell you, playing as her was probably the worst part of this whole video.
No way! Jump over!
But let's get into our next step, which are the side missions. The first trophy I got to start us off was called Distress Flare, which involved me entering a building where we meet Bane, one of Batman's notorious villains, but seems to be on our side as he wants us to help destroy all the toxic Titan containers in the city. So that got me started with that side mission. And after just speaking to him, we get that first trophy. The next couple trophies I got was for answering a ringing phone, which is the beginning of another side mission with a serial killer named Zaz, as well as a trophy for finding Mr. Freeze's lost wife and then letting him know of her location, which gave me the trophy Bargaining Chip. If you remember from earlier, I mentioned about the augmented reality trainings, and we had to complete the rest of them for another trophy for completing every one. Although these trainings definitely were getting harder since I first did them, as they had me gliding through tight spaces. And this next one was so hard that my own brother was coaching me as I did it.
Cause look what I'm doing.
Bro, the same one. Bro, that one's so easy. You just gotta like.
You can't pull up that much, right? Or not at all, really.
You gotta like edge pulling up.
You got the edge pulling up.
Like very slowly. You see, you almost, that was good. You gotta do it very slowly and very minimal. Yo, the most annoying part is probably just getting back fucking up there to retry.
What the
Hey, look! That was almost good. It's just you kind of hesitated. I knew he wasn't gonna go. Yeah, I know, that happened to me a bunch of times too. Like, I would hit some stupid shit.
Yo, this one's tough, man. Oh my god. Oh my god, let's go. Let's go. I thought I was gonna hit something there too.
Yeah, because you started going up a little bit.
Yeah.
You literally, like, edged the top.
I edged the top, yeah.
Then I went ahead and completed the last training, which wasn't as hard.
Oh wait, it's not that hard. I got it. Oh, AR Knight. Complete all augmented reality training exercises. Let's go.
Now with most of these side missions honestly not being that hard, I'm gonna just skim through most of them. The next side mission involves the Mad Hatter, and to start it, Batman has to go to this rooftop with a suspiciously placed cure just out in the open. After we take the cure, it turns out to be a trap, and we wake up captured by the Mad Hatter as we start hallucinating and have to fight a whole bunch of enemies. This mission was literally a piece of cake, and at the end, we took out the Mad Hatter no problem and got a trophy. Another trophy that we have to get is called Serial Killer. There is another side mission where we find random dead bodies with their faces missing. We have to find clues on the bodies, and after interrogating a couple witnesses, we find the serial killer's hideout. But we get trapped inside as we find out the serial killer is Bruce Wayne. So actually, this person's name is Hush, and he is basically a crazy surgeon who cuts up people's faces to create a new one to steal people's identities. Which sounds absolutely crazy, but Batman does fail to capture Hush as he leaves Arkham City, but we still do get the trophy for tracking him down. Now returning back to Bane, we finally explode all the Titan containers, but Bane seems to turn on us as his plan all along was for us to explode the Titan containers around the city, so he'll be the only one with access to them. So after trapping him in a cell, we explode the remaining containers that he kept, and this awarded me the trophy Broken Toys. For the next couple side missions, I'm gonna just show the trophies I got for them as they honestly weren't that relevant and pretty easy. I also want to get onto the Riddler side mission, which let me tell you, this was the most exhausting one. But before that, after we completed one of the side missions and got a trophy, we started to realize how much time we've already spent so far.
There we go, Mystery Stalker. That's the end of the Azrael side mission. Let me give you guys a time check real quick. It is actually 9:03 p.m. I started recording at 9 a.m. I've been basically playing for 12 hours straight. Obviously, I took like some breaks and stuff, like to eat and do other stuff like that, but like short breaks really. And we still haven't finished 100% of the game yet. So yeah, we still got a lot to do, man.
With us being already 12 hours in and just now beginning the long and tedious part, which is grabbing 400 Riddler collectibles. This journey has already taken longer than what I expected.
Bro, oh my god, look how many collectibles there are. Look how much, and this is just one section. This is Park Row section, right? And then Amusement Mall, another section, more collectibles. Industrial District, more, look how many collectibles. Oh my god, I'll be here for so long, bruh.
But sitting here and complaining isn't gonna get me nowhere, so let's continue getting these collectibles. Some of the Riddler trophies were as easy as exploding a wall to gain access to them, and others involved more out of me, like this one where I had to land on all 3 of these green pads without touching the ground.
Wait, am I low-key cooking? Am I low-key cooking? No, don't touch anything. Damn, I touched the railing. I touched the railing, are you serious, bro? Alright, and one more, come on. We got this, we got this, we got this. No, no, no. Let's go, let's go. That was kind of a fun one to figure out, I'm not gonna lie.
And while right now getting these collectibles might seem fun, that was before I spent the next 5 hours getting the 400 Riddler trophies.
Okay, this is the last Riddler trophy. Literally took me like hours, bro, like 5 hours, 6 hours just collecting this, and we're still not done with the collectibles. We're still not done because there's still a freaking another set of collectibles on this page, bro. They're not even collectibles, it's just like little challenges that I have to do like during a combo and shit like that. Oh my goodness, bro. I don't want to talk too loud because people are sleeping in my house, but
these last set of Riddler trophies just involve me doing some combat challenges like performing a grapple boost takedown, as well as using different gadgets during a fight, which conveniently gave me a trophy for using 5 different gadgets in a single fight. After finishing all the Riddler collectibles, we then had to save all the hostages from the Riddler. There were a total of 5 different hostages, each with their own trophy and their own puzzle room, which we had to solve to actually save them. Once we did this, we finally were able to find the Riddler's hideout, but in this room, the Riddler had a whole bunch of hostages with explosives attached to them, and if they stop moving, they will die. So we have to carefully squeeze through these hostages to get to the Riddler, but of course my first attempt failed miserably.
Alright, just walk behind this guy. Please don't touch him at all. Do not touch him until we get close to the Riddler, wherever he's at. Is it right here? No, no, take down, take down. Bro, I was pressing triangle and freaking Batman was over here. Man was freaking breakdancing. Alright, let's not sell this time. I'm gonna press triangle to take him down, and I don't want you to start breakdancing, Batman. Here we go.
So after a long dreadful side mission, we finally took out the Riddler and got awarded the trophy.
That was it, literally. Rescue all the hostages from the Riddler. We finished the Riddler. And there you guys have it. We literally did all the side missions, every single side mission. Let's check the time. It is 4:52 a.m. I've been up since 9 a.m. the day before. It's almost been 24 hours because we still need to do another playthrough as well. We need to do the New Game Plus playthrough, bro. It's gonna be worth it though. It's gonna be worth it. I'm not giving up.
And so we go on to start the New Game Plus playthrough, where we have to play the whole story once again, just in a harder version. And as you could tell from this clip here, I was so tired at this point. It was about 6:30 a.m. at the time, and with me literally spending about 21 hours straight playing this game with only taking short breaks to eat and use the bathroom, I was completely worn out. And this is about to lead me to my first nap of this journey.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I might take a nap. I don't want to stay up too long, and then like I'm just gonna be tired for the rest of the day, and even when I go to sleep I'm not even gonna want to wake up. But I'm gonna go to sleep, not for long. I'm gonna take like 3-4 hours. I'm being so serious. I'm gonna take a 3-4 hour sleep. I'm gonna put a timer on my phone, and I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna get back, because we gotta be top 5, bro. Or come on, man, we gotta get on the leaderboards, bro.
And that concludes the first day with about 21 hours since I began, but not even halfway done with this 100%. And with what's to come in day 2, this journey is about to go downhill. So we wake up and get back on the grind at around 10:40 a.m, which means I only slept for about 3.5 hours. But this was the most energized I've been since first starting. I even got some fruits for a little healthy breakfast, and then we were finally off to tackling the day. Playing the whole story again was pretty boring, so I just started jamming to music as I played. And my butt was literally hurting since all I've been doing is sitting at my uncomfortable kitchen chair for hours.
I'm standing up because I'm freaking tired of sitting down, bro. Like it literally hurts to sit down. Like I would rather stand. So I'm gonna be standing for like the rest of the New Game Plus playthrough. I think I'm almost done anyway, so
I decided to stand up while playing, as well as showcasing my Playboy Cardi impressions.
I'm gonna X, I'm gonna code D. I'm gonna X, I'm gonna code D.
And eventually we finally got to the end of the New Game Plus playthrough.
Ooh, let's go. I think this is it. twice nightly. Let's go. Complete new game plus, bro. All right, let's do a time check. It's 1:51 p.m. I don't know if we're gonna get first, man, because the first person who got it, he did it in a day and 9 hours, which we're already over 24 hours, bro. But we're on good pace. I feel like we could definitely get top 5, bro. I feel like we could definitely get top 5.
Top 5, Kevin? Really? Did you forget that literally the hardest part of this game is now coming up? Well, let's not waste no time, let's get into it. Coming up are now the Riddler's Revenge challenges. These are basically challenge maps that include both combat and predator stealth maps. But the catch is that in each map, there are 3 medals that we have to get for every single map. For combat maps, these medals are just for getting a certain amount of points. So using different gadgets and not dropping my combo in a fight will give me the best chance to get enough points for all 3 medals. For predator maps, on the other hand, they give you a specific challenge for each medal. For example, some of them I just have to knock down an enemy with a batarang and then take them out for an easy medal, as well as some medals involving taking out all the enemies without taking any damage. So with 24 different challenge maps and 4 different characters that I have to do them for, that's already 96 maps I need to play and make sure I get all 3 medals for each map. But because of course that is not all. There is another Riddler's Revenge section which are called campaigns. There are 12 different campaigns, each including 3 maps from the ones we already have to do, just way harder. And you have to complete all 3 maps in a campaign consecutively, because if you fail, you have to restart the campaign from the first map. So let's do the math here. If we add all 3 maps from each campaign, that is 72 different maps. Times that by the 4 different characters, that is 288 plus the 96 original maps. That is a whopping 384 total challenge maps that we have to do, with it just getting harder as we go on. And I thought I was gonna be top 5. But let's not waste any more time and get into this long grind. I started off by doing Batman first, of course, and with not even 25% of the regular challenge maps done, I was already realizing that I underestimated this whole 100%.
Man, I think I really underestimated this 100% for this game and how fast I was gonna get it. Because I mean, this is not even the hard parts, and I'm struggling a little bit, but then eventually I'll get them. It's also that, plus I'm just tired, like I barely slept. Oh my goodness, like I really underestimated this. Bro, how did somebody get this done in a day and 9 hours?
I was already done with this game and there's still so much left to go. I was feeling tired once again with only sleeping 4 hours after staying up almost 24 hours in day 1. So I decided that I was going to take my second nap. It was about 3:47 p.m. on day 2 and I decided to get off and sleep. And I woke up at 8 p.m. meaning I slept for about another 4 hours. But once again, I was energized enough to continue this journey. And right after I came back, I got my first trophy since I started these challenge maps.
Alright, that's definitely 60,000 right there. Bronze Revenge, and we got 24 medals so far.
The trophies that you get while doing these challenge maps are just based on collecting the medals. So as I was completing them, I ended up getting the Silver Revenge trophy for collecting 48 medals on these maps. And then eventually I finally got the Gold Revenge trophy for getting all the medals as Batman. But it was now on to the campaign levels, and this is where the real struggle begins. To start off though, it wasn't as bad. I got the first 4 campaigns done within an hour, which gave me a trophy for getting 36 medals in these campaigns. One thing that I forgot to mention about these campaigns are that there are modifiers you could pick in a campaign. You can only pick up to 3 modifiers per map, but you must use all the modifiers by the end of the 3rd map in a campaign. Some are helpful, like this one, which gives you a free medal at the end of a map just in case you don't collect all 3. And some that makes it harder, like enemies being faster and more aggressive, which leads to me failing and raging a lot more, especially when you're literally at the end of a combat map with 3 enemies left while being one shot.
Bro, are you
But trust me when I say that's just the beginning of my suffering, especially when you only get 3 tries to complete the whole campaign, which just makes every attempt that more intense.
Alright, this is the last try. I have to get it this time. This is the only time where I've ever made it to the last final try on the last level, so I have to make it. Bro, I'm so scared, bro. It's that sniper too.
Thankfully, you still have me to go.
Alright, I'm about to take out the sniper, bro. This sniper literally kills me in 1 shot, bro. There we go. Now I just need to take this guy out next. No, I have to leave him last. Fuck. Yo, what am I doing? Alright, so there is 1 left. All right, there we go. So I only got 2 medals, but I do get a free medal. We did good. You haven't had a restart yet. Hopefully that's a good sign. Hopefully that doesn't change.
Well, what a great way to jinx yourself, Kevin. Remember when I mentioned it took me an hour to complete the first 4 campaigns for Batman? Well, it took me now 3 hours to complete the next 4. So these campaigns were definitely getting harder, but eventually I got a trophy for completing them and getting 72 medals.
Campaign silver, 72 medals, bro. We're almost there with Batman. Another time check, 6:10. It's already been, so definitely 2 days and damn, it's been 2 days and like 9 hours. We're already not getting first. We're probably not gonna get second, bro. I'm trying here, bro. I'm trying.
So these campaigns were definitely getting harder, but eventually we finally got to the last campaign level for Batman. Instead of having combat and predator maps mixed into one, this campaign included 3 of the hardest predator stealth maps all in one campaign. And this final campaign was literally and figuratively the death of me.
Man, hopefully this one isn't that bad. This is the last campaign for Batman, and it's all predator missions, so I'm expecting this one to be the hardest one.
And it didn't take long for the struggle to begin.
What?
This way! You went this way!
Bro! Wait, I still have one more attempt, right? Okay, I have one more attempt left. How did I even die? Hold on, let me replay that.
This way! You went this way!
Who the freak shot? Was it that guy, that red guy? Who even shot me, bro? Because that guy wasn't even like looking in my direction. It must have been the guy in the red orb over here. Who was it?
Not only was this campaign just hard in itself, but the challenges for the medals were so annoying as well. Especially this one called Boombox, which states I have to use explosive gels to stun a henchman getting a weapon from a weapons crate. Which at first sounds easy, so I would always place the explosive gel at a weapons crate, deactivate a henchman's gun so he grabs another one from the crate, and then...
Was that it? Was he not in the animation? That's why it didn't count. It didn't count because I don't think he was in the animation of picking up a gun. He has to be in the middle of the animation of picking up the gun and then you explode it. But if he already has the gun, it doesn't count. Yo, that shit is so crazy.
It's also the fact that you only have 2 uses to deactivate an enemy's gun. So after failing both times, I did everything I can to try to take the weapon from the last enemy, but he just kept picking the same gun back up, which just led to me giving up. And since this was my last retry, this will be my first time having to restart a whole campaign as Batman.
Yeah, it's not gonna work, bro. Yeah, I failed it. And that was my last try. So we gotta restart the whole campaign.
So after restarting and getting back to the same map, I died first attempt, leaving me with 2 retries left. And this is when I decided that to make this boombox medal a little easier, I'm gonna leave one last enemy standing so I can just try to get the medal on him without worrying about anybody else shooting me. So after successfully taking out the enemies except one and getting the 2 other medals, this could be my first time finally completing this map and progressing on.
I should have a good chance at getting this final medal now.
What? Sure it came from over there. No one will miss him. All you've done is tell me you're here.
No! I pressed the wrong button. Oh my god! I pressed the wrong button, bro. I'm so in shock right now, bro. That was literally it. That was literally it. I pressed R2 to freaking place one on the floor instead of R1 to blow one up, bro.
So of course I had to find a way to mess things up once again. But luckily I learned from my mistakes, and on the final attempt, things turned out for the better.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh my god, thank you, thank you. All right, on to the final one for Batman.
Now this last level was another one not to take lightly, especially when I have no retries left. I was literally so scared to make the slightest mistake that I would stay in this corner of the map hoping the enemies would come towards me so I could just take them out.
I'm scared to even go anywhere, bro. But this is gonna be tough, bro, because there's so many armored enemies.
A small distraction to a man who, no challenge to me. It's so
Like, who are you hitting? Who are you hitting, bro?
far beyond what you creeps can understand, and is very likely to break a...
And once again, we have to restart the whole campaign. But I didn't waste no time and got back to it. Struggle is what comes with trying to 100% this game, especially while trying to speedrun, which means I can't waste much time complaining. So I got through the first map no problem and didn't take my first death until the infamous level from earlier we kept struggling on. But eventually we finally got through it, and with 1 retry left, we made it to the last level once again.
Finally, bro. I think I only have one try left though. That's crazy. Yep. One retry left. So if I don't get this next one in this next try, I'm gonna have to restart the whole thing.
With this potentially being the final time we have to play as Batman, the stakes were high once again.
Oh, wait. I forgot. I forgot I can't go up there. I forgot I can't go up there, bro. Oh my god, I'm one shot, but I actually made it. Oh, freak, man. Now I gotta leave the henchman with the jammer, which is this guy right here. Leave him last to kill.
With me being literally one shot till death and couldn't see how many enemies were around because I have to take out the guy with the signal jammer who blocks my detective mode last for a medal, I was literally so scared to even move out of these crates. Also, knowing this was my last try, I wasn't taking no risks. I kept looking back at saved clips to try to count how many enemies I took out and how many can possibly be left alive. And once I was ready to take out the next enemy, I just literally had to hope for the best.
This is perfectly understandable.
I don't know if he's the last one.
Only one of you left.
Oh no, only one of you left. Oh my god, we got it. That's the final one for Batman.
You got the platinum?
No. Campaign go! Finally, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, 66%.
So basically I gotta do the same thing for Nightwing, Catwoman, and Robin.
And so we still have to repeat the same for 3 other characters, but don't worry, I won't drag it out like how I did Batman's. But now it was up to me to decide which of the 3 characters to do next.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I might just pick Catwoman next because I know she's the hardest character to get all the Riddler trophies. Not Riddler trophies, all the Riddler challenges done for. So I just want to get the hardest part done and go from there, bro.
I knew I didn't want to leave Catwoman for last simply because she is definitely the hardest character and I wanted to get her done as early as I can. And why is she the hardest character? Well, mainly because of her movement in this game and limited gadgets. Catwoman doesn't have a grappler like the other 3 characters, so for her to get on a gargoyle, she has to take the time to climb up to it, which can literally cause you to die if you're spotted. I began doing the challenge maps for Catwoman at the end of day 2, and after another day of non-stop playing this game, I decided to take an actual full sleep and continue the same for day 3. I woke up at about 8:40 a.m. which meant this was the first time I actually got a full 8 hours of sleep since I started this challenge, which I was honestly hoping I never had to do and can just finish this game with no sleep, but this game definitely proved me wrong and it's about to get even worse. But I went ahead and finished all the individual Catwoman maps and got a trophy which already took me 4 hours to do, and we haven't even started the campaigns yet. But once we started, it didn't take long until we met with the first campaign that was going to bring us problems.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm dead. Bro, how?
Did I aim at you?
Don't hurt me, please!
This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. This is such a bad idea. Run, run, run. Oh my goodness, bro. I'm not risking it. One of them is armored too. I gotta remember that.
This is perfectly understandable.
Keep up! He's this way!
I'm trying to whip her. Oh my god. That is freaking crazy, bro. I was trying to whip him to take him down, but I guess he was too far, bro. That is crazy, and I gotta do the whole shit again.
And just like that, we already failed the campaign and had to restart it. But what makes it worse is that we're only on the 5th campaign out of the 12 for Catwoman. To put into perspective, I never failed a campaign for Batman until the final one, and not even halfway through with Catwoman, we've already failed. But luckily, our very next attempt after getting through the first levels and getting back to this last last one, we actually got through it. But at what cost?
Oh my god, finally, bro. Yo, I've been recording for 56 minutes, right? All of that was on one campaign mission with Catwoman, bro. This is crazy, bro. And I thought I was gonna speedrun this shit, bro.
And literally just a couple campaigns after, we hit a similar roadblock.
I died. Did I just die? Did I just jump off on accident? Oh my god, I almost just killed myself again.
Here to have a feline problem in the room.
No, I just... Bro, I'm trying to hang on the freaking railing, bruh. Bro, this is crazy, bruh. What am I doing? I have one more attempt.
I don't know what it is with Catwoman and this map, but just the way this map is laid out, plus the fact Catwoman can't grapple or glide, makes it like a 75% chance that if you press the X button anywhere near the edge, Catwoman is just gonna jump off and fall to her death, which was solely the cause of my first 2 attempts on this map, and my last one didn't go as planned either.
Fall! Go, 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 go. Oh my god, bro. Like, what the fuck is Catwoman doing? I can't even take people down because her fucking movement is so ass. Yeah, Catwoman is fucking shit, bro.
A whole hour passed by and I was still on the same level, but eventually we had our best attempt with literally 1 enemy left, so there's absolutely no way I fumble this.
Target spot.
Was there a bomb that somebody dropped? Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, we had definitely not played this game before. That was the most unlucky shit. The one time you were about to beat it.
The thing is, it doesn't explode when an enemy is near it, right? So he got far enough where it exploded because I was...
Oh hell no!
Eventually though, I made it back to the same situation and actually beat the level for the first time with Catwoman, which literally took me a whole nother hour just on 1 campaign level, and we still have 4 more to go. I can sit here and show you how bad Catwoman has been for hours, but for the sake of keeping this video entertaining, let's fast forward a little bit to day 4, where we have to face our greatest challenge yet. So this is now the final campaign for Catwoman, which includes 3 of her hardest maps in 1. The first 2 maps were pretty challenging, but with enough practice we actually got them done with not too many tries. But this last map was the absolute worst map for Catwoman, probably the hardest one of this whole video.
Alright, there we go. Made it to the last Predator map. I think this last Predator map is the hardest one for Catwoman, but at least we got a free medal. We got a free medal, so one of the medals we don't have to do.
With me knowing this last map was going to be very difficult, I saved a free medal for this one, which means out of these 3 challenges I only have to do 2, which is a big relief, but we'll realize soon that even with the free medal we were still gonna struggle bad on this level. So I went ahead and got the medal for a floor great takedown, and then the other for tripping an enemy with a whip and then taking him out, which were the 2 easiest medals. But we still need to worry about how we're gonna take out these other enemies, especially when there's a jammer and I can't see through walls with detective mode.
I just make noises so one of them comes over here. Alright, just keep hiding. Oh, and I can see now. No way, you just went over here by yourself. Oh no. No way! Jump over! Jump over! What are you doing?
Knowing Catwoman can't grapple as well as other characters, I knew the safest option would just be to stay on the ground to not risk getting spotted. So you will see me just camp at the corner of the map for the most part, but at the same time this made it worse because I couldn't really see enemies unless they were walking close to the corner I was at. So get ready to see me crash out most of the time.
Oh my god, now I'm so low, bro. I'm in the same spot, but now I have even less health. Bro, I have to be very, very smart, bro. Alright, let's make that noise. Try to get him to come over here. Now I'm leaving. Just make sure the coast is clear. Oh my god. Well, first restart of fucking the Catwoman last campaign, bro. That's the first restart, probably of many.
Once I got back to this level, it was much of the same. Here are just some clips of the times I get pretty frustrated with this level.
Oh my god, bro. Nah, I'm dead. There's no way I'm not dead. I tapped L2 to whip him, bro. I literally tapped L2. Why was she doing that? Like, that's what I was trying to do. So the takedown doesn't work. The takedown doesn't fucking... Like, this is basically a wasted try now because I'm dead. Bro, like, this game don't make no fucking sense. I'm basically dead because there's still a fucking sniper, bro. And the sniper could kill me like one shot. You see, this is what I try to do. That is... Whoa, what are you doing, Cap? What are you doing?
Soon enough, we were on the final attempt before having to restart, and I was absolutely over it. At this point, it was already my 4th day attempting to 100% this game as fast as I can, which meant I wasn't even going to get top 5 anymore. And although most might see this as a failure, sometimes failure is just a learning curve that helps you grow and improve, which will eventually lead to success in your future. But one thing for sure was no matter the result, I was not going to give up.
I just took out one of the armored. Oh! This is not good. This is not good. I'm in a very fucking bad position, bro. Please tell me that it's those last two. Please, bro. No, it's three. It's three. Bro, how the fuck he turned around like that as soon as I got behind him? That's so yo. Oh my god, and I actually didn't fall into mine. I'm fucking surprised because this game always messes me over, bro. I think they split up now. No. That's not good. Oh my god. I thought he saw me. Alright, this should be the last person. Let's just do this. Oh my god, finally. I'm done with Catwoman, bro. 12 minutes on that one level, bro. Campaign Kitty. We obtained all 108 medals for the Catwoman campaigns, bro. We're done with Catwoman, bro. We're done.
And with Catwoman out the way, I wasted no time and finally got to working on the last 2 characters, Nightwing and Robin. I decided to start out with Nightwing really just because I remember that I used to think he was very cool when I was younger. Now, similar to Catwoman, Nightwing doesn't glide, but he does have a grappler, which just makes it 10 times better than having to deal with being on the ground most of the time. There's only 2 trophies for Nightwing, so there really isn't too much to talk about. I really just finished all the combat and stealth challenge maps first, which gave me a trophy. I then started to work on the campaigns, and looking back at the clips, there wasn't really much interesting to show. I mean, going through these campaigns were difficult as usual, but I was pretty locked in and not even talking much since this 100% is already overdue. So after spending the rest of day 4 working on Nightwing, I made it to the final campaign and I was exhausted once again. It was about 6 in the morning after spending 13 hours straight grinding this game when I decided to leave the rest for the next and hopefully final day of this challenge. And so, day 5 begins. I got back on the game at about 10:30 a.m., which meant I only slept about 4.5 hours since I got off at 6, which really isn't too much sleep, but enough to keep me determined to continue grinding this game. We got this. We gotta do it today, man. We gotta do it today. We gotta do it today. Gotta finish it today. It's the 5th day, bro. With just 1 campaign left for Nightwing, I was feeling pretty confident. I did end up failing my first 3 tries and having to restart, but I stayed composed, learning from my mistakes, and kept improving.
That actually went good. That actually went good. And I also took out the jammer, so now I can actually see where everybody at. Oh my god, wait, did I just kill 2 of them? Let's go, let's go. We actually did it with Nightwing. We finished Nightwing. We finished Nightwing. Finally. Now on to Robin, the last one.
For Nightwing and Robin specifically, they both have DLC levels that you have to do as well to actually get the trophy, which I didn't realize at the moment. But after I completed the DLC level specific for Nightwing, I actually got the trophy that I needed. And then straight to Robin we go. Now Robin is more similar to Batman. He has a cape so he could glide, and he has a grappler, which both makes it way easier to maneuver around these levels. But he does have his own unique gadgets like the shield that he could use to protect himself and bash into people. And so to not bore you guys
guys with going over the process of a whole nother character, I'ma just skip to the end since most of it just repeats what we've already been doing. So after about another 12 hours of straight grinding Robin, we finally finished all of him and got the 2 trophies for him.
Oh my god, thank you, Campaign Wonder, man. We finished every single Riddler Revenge thing that we needed for everybody, bro. I'm so relieved. We still got some stuff to do. We still have to 100% the New Game Plus, which I didn't even realize I had to do that. And then we still got to do the Harley Quinn DLC, but that is short. So I think we'll definitely get this done very, very soon. I think I could get it tonight. It's 1:14 a.m. I'm not getting off until I get it. I'm not getting off until I get it, even though I'm tired. I barely slept, but we gotta do what we gotta do. At this point, it was about 1 in the morning, starting the next day, but I still count this as my 5th day since I haven't went to sleep yet, and it hasn't really been 24 hours. And while I thought the rest of this game was going to be easy, it turned into some of the most tedious things I had to do while on no sleep. If you remember, I already finished New Game Plus story earlier and got a trophy for it, but what I didn't realize was you also have to 100% the New Game Plus playthrough as a part of another trophy called Perfect Night Day 2. So basically I had to load back in and do all the side missions once again while literally forcing myself to stay awake. Bro, I'm so tired, bro. My eyes are watery, bro, because of how freaking tired I am. Like, this is fucking torture, bro. The shit that I do, bro. For this YouTube shit, bro. The shit that I do. And after another hour, we officially completed New Game Plus this time and got the Perfect Night Day 2 trophy. But I still had some Catwoman collectibles where I have to find and retrieve her gems and get all Riddler trophies. And I honestly didn't know if I can continue further in day 5. I'm fucking tired as shit. I'm literally crying, bro. But we still have a lot to go. Still gotta get all these fucking Catwoman collectibles, bro. Alright, I might take a little nap and then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna take a little nap and then I'm gonna come back. At the time, it was 3 a.m. and I was literally up for about 17 hours straight on this game since I started day 5 at 10:30 the previous morning. And although you just heard me say I was gonna take a quick nap and come back, I was literally fighting demons trying to get back out of bed, which if I don't end up doing will cause a big dip in my placement on the leaderboards. I don't know what got to me, but I was able to fight back all temptations to just comfortably fall asleep for the next 10 hours and got the urge to finish what I've set out to do and show the speedrun who's boss. So I turned my game back on, hit record, and I was not turning back. And there we go, family jewels. Retrieve your stolen goods. We got all the gems. Here we go, Sphinx riddle. Complete all 40 of Catwoman's riddles and shit. Now just the Harley Quinn DLC, bro. Harley Quinn DLC and we're done. What is up with Batman? What did he just give me? I ain't see shit. Bomb squad. Here we go. We defused all the bombs in 3 minutes or less. Let's go. There we go, the last lap. There's still 2 more trophies for the platinum. We 100% every single thing. We just got 2 more random trophies for the platinum, bro. And we're done. And the last 2 trophies were just miscellaneous trophies. One says have 12 murderous dates with Calendar Man, and the other says jump off the tallest building and glide for 1 minute without touching the ground. I went for the Calendar Man trophy first because it didn't seem like it would be hard, but I realized that this was probably the most confusing trophy out of all. I searched up how to complete this trophy, and it told me I have to go to Calendar Man on each of these 12 holidays during the year, where he will have a specific dialogue he gives you for each holiday, which if you're just taking that information as it is, you would literally think that you would have to wait a whole year visiting him on each holiday before you actually get the trophy. And since this game originally came out on PS3, I didn't even know if this trophy was possible, but after some research I found that you could just turn off your internet in the PS5 settings and then manually change the date to the 12 holidays and visit him each time to eventually get this trophy, which I was relieved I can do. Let's go, bro. Finally, bruh. This confusing ass trophy, yo. And then there was just one. Come on, man. Bro, where's the trophy? Where's the trophy? Gotham base jumper. Gotham base jumper. Jump off the tallest building in Arkham City and glide for 1 minute. Platinum, bro. We just finished it. 100%. 100% everything, bro. Bro, the work is done. I know I'm being quiet right now. It's because people are sleeping, but the work is done. We can now rest, bro. Now, all that's left to do is to check where I ended up on the leaderboards. Let me hit update profile so that it shows that I got the platinum. 5 days and 21 hours. That's not that bad, I feel like. Hold on, let me search up Arkham City. Platinum, 100% club. Oh my god, I made it 25th place. That was my goal too. I wanted to make it at least top 25 because I knew I was gonna get like top 5 after. I at least wanted to get 25. Bro, we did it, bro. We ain't give up. We did it. Through all this suffering, I was tired. A whole bunch of times I was tired, but I didn't stop.